Welcome to the Cross Canada Spotlight. I'm Mike Arsenault. Every week we take a look at a handful of the most interesting and entertaining stories produced across the Global News Network. First up this week, a profile on Chris Cook, a man who was born without arms and legs and is determined to live his life to the fullest, no matter what.
Inspiring others to live life to the fullest is Chris Cook's passion.
Be grateful for what you have instead of worrying about what you don't have. You just drive yourself crazy worrying about things you can't control. Worry about the things that you can't control and enjoy life.
A self-described farm boy turned traveler, he has dived with sharks, participated in marathons, and hitchhiked solo across Canada. And Cook travels the world sharing his story.
Born without arms and legs. My parents never treated me any differently. It was just, this is Chris, and he's going to get out there and do all the things that he wants to do, and we're not going to hold him back, and we're going to make sure we do everything in our power to make sure he gets to do all the things he wants to do. I use a lot of humor in life and in sharing my story.
Now he's inspiring classrooms, audiences, and individuals, like 10-month-old Owen, who was born with similar abilities.
He's all smiles.
So 2 weeks ago, I met a little guy named Owen who was born missing arms and legs. His mom actually contacted me while she was pregnant with him. She had a lot of questions, and I didn't realize they were in Chicago. When I was in Chicago, she shot me a message, and I got together, and yeah, it was those kinds of moments right there. That's why I love doing this kind of stuff.
His message is now streaming into people's living room in a documentary on Accessible Media Inc. TV.
We follow Chris in his more or less day-to-day routine, what he does, how he lives his life, and we kind of look a little bit into his take on life, which starts and ends with humor and not taking things too seriously.
Make Life Happen can be streamed online. To tune in, visit our website, globalnews.ca/Okanagan. Sydney Morton, Global News, Kelowna.
Wow, I have to admit, I got a little teary-eyed seeing Chris and Owen together, and you could tell it was an emotional meeting for Chris as well. I'm sure that looking up to someone like Chris will be instrumental for Owen and his family as he gets older. I definitely want to check out Chris's full documentary. And speaking of documentaries, a new one is out that details the life of world-renowned climber Marc-Andre Leclerc. His family and friends recently spoke about the impact Marc-Andre made during his life.
The Alpinist is the story of a young man who's regarded as one of the most gifted climbers of his generation. Agassiz's Marc-Andre Leclerc's reputation as a free soloist through harsh environments gained the respect of everyone in the sport.
His comfortability in large mountain terrain will be something that we will continually wonder, I think.
A climber has gone missing.
In 2018, Leclerc and his climbing partner Ryan Johnson disappeared after a successful summit in Alaska. He was only 25. But his achievements prior to that fateful journey caught the attention of some of the world's top climbers.
What I'm doing is on rock, and then I see Marc-Andre free soloing on ice and snow.
He was very quiet about what he did. Many of Marc-Andre's ascents were out of the spotlight. He never sought fame and shied away from all the attention.
He was clearly unaccustomed to being in front of the camera.
As he started doing bigger and bigger things, the news and his want to let people know kind of came down.
You have to learn how to read the signals that the mountains are sending you.
He lived quietly, he lived humbly, he lived according to his own set of ethics, and he treated people well. And I think that's probably what I'm most proud of.
Leclerc's legacy lives on in this film. Those he was closest to take some comfort knowing that now, with the attention that the Alpinist is expected to generate, more people will know Marc-Andre's story and his incredible accomplishments.
I miss the guy every day, yeah, and I really appreciate everything that he taught me. And
just another day out. A really good day out.
Holy smokes! Jay Durant, Global News.
Free solo climbing just boggles my mind. I have no idea how people summon the courage to do it. There's quite literally no margin for error. The mental strength necessary to stay focused for so long is incredible. That's another doc I'll have to add to my list. To the East Coast now, where a Nova Scotian woman celebrates a triple-digit birthday and is a reminder of the adage, you're only as old as you feel.
She's got a penchant for singing, but today she's the one being serenaded. Happy birthday to you. Celebrating with family and friends, Kathleen Picard turning 101 years old Thursday.
Amazing part of it, I don't feel old.
Born and raised in New Brunswick's Charlotte County, the 5-time great-grandmother says her secret?
Be happy. When you're happy, you're happy.
She says some of her best memories in the past century are of travel, particularly to Ireland, where her parents were married before moving to Canada, which explains her love of those old Irish songs.
When Irish eyes are smiling.
Here at her birthday party, her neighbors in long-term care say she's not lying when she says happiness is her priority.
She was the first person I met, and we've been friends ever since.
She's great, she's great.
She's always happy.
She always makes me smile.
Can't ask for a better neighbor.
Her advice to you on this special day?
Always be in peace within yourself. Lots of times you don't feel so good, but be the best you can.
And when there's cake, eat up. Travis Fortnum, Global News, St. John.
Way to go, Kathleen. Now, if I ever get to celebrate such a milestone birthday and people ask me what my secret is, I'm just going to make up some weird stuff, like eat a pickle every day or take a bubble bath each night or something like that to explain my longevity. Back to BC now for a look at the pilots responsible for battling the Western Canadian wildfires earlier this summer. They have returned home for a well-deserved rest.
Con Air groups are coming home this week. It's been another long, grueling wildfire season away from family. And there's not much time left to salvage any of that summer fun they've missed out on.
The first thing I'm going to do is head back into the mountains. Yeah, it's such beautiful weather. Got to go out there and enjoy things.
Connecting with the kids, you always miss that first day of school and those moments that you want to have.
Luckily, we've got really good spouses and partners that support what we do.
These are the sacrifices they make every year, from the pilots in the air to the maintenance engineers on the ground. A team facing pressure and exhaustion daily, but driven by the high stakes involved. They are emotionally invested, protecting people and properties, and take it hard if things don't turn out well.
You always wonder, what could we have seen it coming, or what did we do wrong, or how could we have done this better?
The aerial attack is about containment. This year's dry conditions made it incredibly frustrating at times.
You go back with your tail between your legs, kind of run away bravely, because you just look at it, you're like, hey, we're not doing anything.
5.2 bullseye, Williams over.
The work isn't quite over. Now is the time to revisit strategies.
We'll just aim to the left of that smoke as well. So we're just kind of got this nice line along the fire.
And perhaps make revisions for next season. Like most teams, they deal in wins, victories over each fire, even drawing some comparisons to a Stanley Cup winning coach.
Because he knows all the close calls and the stupid luck that got them where they are, and he also knows how is he going to repeat this next year.
Training starts again in 6 months in preparation to pick up the fight all over again.
3, 2, 1, now.
Jay Durant, Global News.
That is an unbelievably tough job, and it must feel just unrelenting when the fires keep burning. Unfortunately, it feels like their jobs will become more frequent, more dangerous, and longer in the years to come as the climate continues to change. And speaking of a changing climate, due to human activity, a group in BC is doing their best to lessen the plastic footprint in the Pacific Ocean.
Buckets, buoys, and fishing gear by the crate. All of it pulled from the Pacific Ocean, now back on land in Victoria.
Some people think that if you just wait, it will go away. It will never go away. This will not go away at all.
That's where Ocean Cleanup comes in. The nonprofit group based in the Netherlands has set a lofty goal of removing 90% of the ocean's plastics by the year 2040.
We've deployed it 3 times.
For the past 6 weeks, the team has been in the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, testing its collection system. a massive 800-meter-long device towed behind 2 vessels through the ocean.
Plastic is corralled in on that horseshoe-shaped barrier into a retention zone, which is like a big box, as big as a school bus.
And in just 120 hours of use, a total of 8.2 tons was collected.
That's actually quite a success.
But the team is just getting started. When they venture out once again at the end of the month, they plan to run the system for 5 days straight, filling it to the brim. What could amount to 12 tons of plastic pollution in just one haul.
And of course, that's something we've been looking forward to for all these years. It will really be sort of the proof of the pudding that it's truly working and they will have a tool to clean up the patch.
It's no small task. The Pacific Garbage Patch is the largest on the planet, 1.6 million square kilometers in size, containing trillions of pieces of plastic. But with more than 8 tons already removed and upwards of 40 tons projected to be taken out during the next leg of the trip, it's not only a start, it's a potential solution.
This problem is there, it's real, it's big, and it's not going away by itself.
Kylie Stanton, Global News, Victoria.
I find that story fascinating. The sheer size of the garbage patch seems overwhelming, but the ingenuity and the will shown by the ocean cleanup crew makes the removal of those plastics possible. Hopefully other organizations around the world follow suit. That's it for the Cross Canada Spotlight this week. Be sure to watch Global News Weekend Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7 a.m. on the Global TV app.